taken the video of the whole thing before, but so now the content of this girl and everything.
Right, so let me explain some to you. So here's the deal. Okay? So this Claire, what they did is they actually had talent come in and they read from a script. Okay, and NanoNation, the company that did this, I don't remember if Garage Team Mazda, our agency, did this, or if NanoNation did this. I would have to find out. But they provided the talent and the person read from the script, and they did that, right? So the reason that it would be, she's fine. The reason it would have to be altered is because now this is going to be changed to include 2014 CX-5 and 2014 Mazda 6. Right? So now it's different. Okay? So whenever she says that, then basically that's, the rest of it is fine. Because you could, what she says is really, it's immaterial in terms of how the rest of it would flow. But the fact that she's, speaking to the vehicle itself, that's where you're.
What about the video which is running in the background?
Oh, this?
You'll be providing that, yeah.
Well, you can do what you want with that, right? So this is just you can get this. We can give you these assets. We have it.
Yeah, we just have to
like
create
a lot
it.
and these come out of like the SkyActiv website, right? So a lot of this stuff is content right out of Mazda USA. We have all that.
So if we look at the wireframe, the concept and everything remains the same. We're just looking at changing the models. Everything else can remain the same.
Yeah, like this. This is the gallery from Mazda USA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could run that if that's what you wanted to do, right? And then that's not proprietary to their software, right? So that's all our stuff.
No, what I'm talking about is a call flow. Mm-hmm. The flow of this application, do you want the flow to remain the same, or do we need to make some changes in the flow as well?
Well, let me answer it this way. My first response would be, I would prefer that it be, if you think it should be different in order to make it better and more interactive, that's entirely up to you. However, since Yvonne has already mentioned that it's important to have the talent, it's important to make the statement, then you probably should have a similar flow. But your interaction with the different navigation items could be different if you want, right? They don't have to be like these odd, like this. It doesn't have to be like that if you want. It could be something else, right? So, for example, if someone wants to say what a dealer offers, right? You go in here and they find, see how it's doing this? But see, like she's saying something very generic here. That's okay, right? So you can go in and you. This comes out of Mazda USA as well. But you could, if you wanted to, basically what this would be is you show this.
Yeah, no.
Touch this, right? And then what you could do is you could. This doesn't do anything. Okay. What you could do is, I think I mentioned I wanted it to request a quote.
Yeah, where is that?
The request that comes out of Mazda USA. It's a form. You could
But
just go.
no, is it there? How do you do
It
that?
doesn't work on this one. What they did was this.
This.
Right. So if you see now, how well do you think that's going to work? Right. We don't. That's why I say get rid of that. Let's not do this. Right?
Okay.
So if you scan this, you'll get the web page. Oh, great. Okay. What we want is it's preferable if you had a button and you touch it and then it comes up and then you can type it in. Right.
So overall content perspective, girl coming up, gallery, we talk about Mazda 6, 2014, and then SkyActiv.
The navigation element's the same. If you think it would be troublesome to change that, then I would suggest that you stick with the content that's there, right? And then just keep in mind that you're going to change that to fit, Mazda 6 and the 2014 CX-5. Maybe it's better to keep the theme, but maybe make the appearance of it slightly different. You could do that, right?
Okay. Now, as we are anyways developing this, if you have any thoughts of changing the sequence or the content, we can take care of that right now.
Okay.
Because then later on, changing is a change request, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we can decide what do we want to do in enticing,
Well,
and I'm sure, yeah.
I know. So, here's the basics of it. And this is why I'm trying to how I should probably try to propose it to you, right? So if you go back to the start of this, right? We've asked the vendor to take this thing as it is, leaving the talent as it is, expanding it to include the other vehicles, right? and then changing it so the request a quote drives you. It's going to be locked in, so it only shows. See, this is going to stay here. We're going to update this to include the IE loop, right? So this information here, where it talks about this. Okay, yeah, it does. All right. So it's going to include information on IE loop, right, which is one of the new technologies, and SkyActiv diesel. I think, do you have that in the specification? Okay, that's the other thing. So this section needs to now cover that. That's mandatory, it has to be there, okay? So then the other thing it needs to do is, this is going to be locked into whatever the locations are for Classic Mazda, right? And then we should have a button, not this, but there probably should be a button there that says request a quote, right? I think those major navigation elements should remain the same, okay? So the vendor's going to do that, just that. They're going to make those changes, and they're going to deliver this thing exactly the way it is. So it's going to look the same, won't be any different. What I'm saying to you is, you could do that, but one, you could put it on a different, doesn't have to be this, right? It could be something different, if you think that's better, right? Two, you should use talent, girl, same thing, but I would certainly encourage you, if you think that the navigation is cumbersome, if you don't think that works well, because the intent of the thing is, remember, you want to engage people, right? You want them to come in here and you want to submit a lead quote request, right? That's what you want out of this thing. So if you think that the way that's set up is probably not flowing the best, you have complete freedom.
I appreciate that.
You have to have all those basic elements I'm talking about. And the rest of it is completely up to you.
And this camera which is installed here is just sensing that somebody is there. So just put a sensor, it should work. You don't need a camera there. I'm just...
Yeah, so what this thing is, this is a facial recognition.
yeah.
Yeah, so it does that, and then it recognizes the I don't know how that's tied into the executable that's running on here. I really don't know the answer to it. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just all.
There's nothing, right? It's not even providing the information to
Well,
somebody
you saw
else.
that, right? You saw it just says, it gives you some statistics.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all it
just...
does, right? So, great. I mean, they want to use it, right? If you recommend that we don't, if you have a strong recommendation against it, then by all means, that's fine. And maybe that doesn't have to be in the new device. I'm just saying that is all part of this, right?
And this is all...
Speakers, I know she complained about that. She said, these
yeah.
are bad, they're awful. She can't even hear it, right? You hear it? Like, what? You can't hear what she's saying.
Put some big Bose system there. So
Yeah, more than anything, right? So this unit's designed to sit, it doesn't have to sit inside, it could sit outside, that kind of
So does it need to be weatherproof right now? I think
Well,
it looks
this one
like
is, it doesn't have to be. This is going to sit inside.
this one will
This
be
is
inside.
supposed to sit inside. So, but this is a
Weatherproof.
weatherproof.
Yeah, enclosure. Yeah, it's okay. And what about some graphics and all that, like that kind of stuff? You have any preferences?
Well, first of all, it doesn't fit our global design. You looked at that, that's the first thing you notice, right? Because it doesn't fit the graphics aren't even right. So it's supposed to be like this, right? This kind of thing. You see this?
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to look like. So it's wrong. And it's supposed to, like this is the other thing to point out. See, look at the text on here. It's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be the small a. It's all wrong. Those things would all have to be fixed. Did you scan this thing? I don't know if you, again, I don't know. You understand where this goes, right? This goes to the request quote page. I don't know if you need to do that.
I don't think that this is, somebody has the patience to really do it.
Thank you so much, Pablo.
And yeah.
So let's go through each one. Do you have a scanned copy of all these pages, right?
We have.
I thought you did. I just want to make sure. 360. Okay. Yeah.
These are simple things. That's not...
Interior. These are just interior images, right? Interior 360.
This is...
Whatever. Okay, so again, these are all standard.
The content is already there with you, so we just need to put it there.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. I mean, there's nothing else to it. So I wish there was something else I could say about it, but that's it. So,
Okay.
and obviously, we do want to have, to be able to track the number of individuals that are coming to it, interacting with it. This is fine and wonderful if it can tell me the people that submitted a quote, how many of them were, hey, that's nice to know. But I think you saw anecdotally what they were getting from me is, it didn't.
How many people passed by that?
So what? It doesn't mean anything, right? I mean, because if the people aren't expressing interest, it doesn't offer any value.
I think all these things, what you're saying is manageable. So the size has to be, this is 42 inches, right?
Well, yeah, look how big the image is. That's the concern, because you probably need to have something with this much surface area on it, right? Maybe it doesn't have to be this tall, but it needs to be. You see how she's this height, right? So.
And we need to find out, do you have any agency you work with so that there's the same
I could get with Craig. I mean, this
person
might come
promoting?
This might, like I said, this might be from Garage. I don't remember if this is from Garage to Mazda or this is from NanoNation.
It's
Yeah.
okay by us. We can bring in another talent to do this, but then the branding changes with different person. I'm just
Oh no, I know.
like,
Well, that person may not be available anymore, right? They may not be able to update this, right? Possible. We have to find out.
and the
So, it would
script
have
for
to be
this, the script for this will be provided by you.
Yes, we would have to get it to you. Right.
So I'll talk to Craig about the content.
All right.
We'll finalize the flow. We'll still run it by you because the flow, is critical.
Right.
Because once it's done, and we can change it later on, but it'll be good to have that. And the content is pretty limited here. Do you want to add anything else on this, or I'm just this is not much. If there's a trivia, there is a program. I can add a campaign to this. That hey, if you type in the details, then you'll get something, a 10% coupon, or not because you're looking for a new car, but you will get a bottle or whatever it is in mail.
Yeah, I just don't know what that would be, though. Right, I have to be careful with that stuff. I mean, there could be.
You'll get a surprise gift. That's
Well, that's all going to be part of what Costco is going to do, right? Because Costco is going to offer. Actually, the leads are going to come out of this thing and go to them, and they're going to handle the individual interaction with the customers. I've learned that just yesterday that they're going to do that.
so. But then, if the promotion is not there, they have to still put somebody to really talk about the promotion. So what I'm saying is, yeah.
Keep going. I'm listening. Keep going.
So there has to be a combination of the promotion. Otherwise, why would, like, you're passing by? Will you? I should be getting something out of it, unless I'm already looking for Mazda.
Right.
So I'm just thinking of tying in a campaign. We can activate or deactivate or make changes for a specific location. I think with one or two things, we have an option of playing around with that.
Okay. That's fine. Here's my suggestion. Okay, if you want to offer or suggest maybe different points of navigation, here's what you could do. You can be rest assured that if you go out to MazdaUSA.com, right, and go into the new vehicle garages that we have out there, that could probably give you an idea for the different points if you want to include other information about the vehicle or other offers or something like that. Maybe something else we can glean and put in here. That's fine, right?
Okay.
That might be a good way to do it.
Okay.
Now, like I said, you could put something. Maybe this is Costco offers or something. It could be that. I think that's what it needs to be ultimately. I think
You got the point,
Yeah,
Patrick.
I do. But I think that's what you should do. Yeah, I agree with you.
Appreciate that.
Call it
I
Costco
think
offers, and I agree. That's what you should be, because that's the place where you're going to go and click and say, "Here's where you get your special deal." Then you put in your request, and then Costco handles it from there.
And then that should be, there should be an admin module where you can change the offer because you don't want somebody else to change the offer. That may be a
you're right.
liability.
That'd be
issue.
great. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent.
Okay. How much does that help you?
A lot.